our side, our point of view, it should not make any difference to our activities.
Right.
We were getting a lot of knowledge capital
Yeah.
from Reserve Bank of India,
Right.
and I do hope we will continue to get that. Other than that, for my regular activities, I don't think it's a policy decision. They've done it for NABARD earlier, so it is in the same lines. They've done it for a couple of other institutions, so they've taken it.
Okay.
That's about it.
So the HFCs used to borrow at a much higher rate than the scheduled banks, right? And with the 25,000 crore affordable housing fund, whom will it impact the most?
See, we are still working out the contours of that fund.
Right.
All that I'm saying is it would cover both HFCs as well as banks
Right.
on their refinance. For example, one of the things which is very clearly mentioned there is the shortfall of PSF,
Right.
which is equivalent to our rural housing fund and urban housing fund, which we are administering as of now.
Right.
And we had disbursed for about 21 lakh houses in both the funds put together.
Yes.
So that will definitely continue.
Yes.
The advantage of that is at a low cost lending, plus it has an onward lending cap. So the affordable houses, the masses will get lending at a reasonably priced interest rates.
Right.
Part of it, we are still working out the contours, and as and when it evolves, we will let you know.
Right. Sir, the affordable housing that has got the infrastructure status is for 30 and 60 square meters, right? And that gets a 8% GST. The rest of the affordable housing, is the GST higher?
See, it's a policy decision.
Right.
Unfortunately, in this country, whatever the rate the government fixes, somebody wants a lower rate.
Right.
When we say GST, to the best of my understanding, any construction activity also get a lot of input credit.
Right.
We will have to see the net effect of that.
Right.
How do the builders pass on this net effect to the customer? Net effect should not be that high.
Right. Sir, in 30 and 60 square meters, when we do the math, it's almost net zero. Because once the input credit also comes, the developer passes it on to the consumer, it's almost net zero. For the rest of them, it is about...
See, the whole idea is it is a revenue loss to the government.
Absolutely.
Where does government should support? Government should support at the high end a person who's buying 1 crore houses or a person who should buy LIG and
Yeah.
EWS and LIG.
Yeah.
So they've taken a call, let's do EWS and LIG.
Right.
And then take a relook at it later. It is always a policy decision. It is always a question between revenue loss versus what is that it gives.
Right.
Right? They cannot extend it everywhere.
Right. Right. So all the budgetary announcements that have been made, do you think how close are we to the 2022 target, and is it finance that is a problem?
Number one, so far, if you see the HUA website, out of their 1 crore target,
Yeah.
right, they have said 37 lakh houses they have sanctioned, and I think 20 or 21 lakhs, if I am right, is coming up. Other than that, about 80,880 houses have been funded by us alone on CLSS.
Right.
Now, what is happening is, what it does not cover is the private sector.
Right.
We have worked on a portal. We are working with CREDAI and Naritco saying, can they start giving in the data, at least on affordable housing, into a portal. So all of us have, and in fact, you also worked earlier, all of us have a single portal. For one reason or other, it is taking time. Now, once that happens, I'm sure this 37 lakhs will show at least 47 lakhs or 50 lakhs, to take a rough guess.
Right.
I'm just assuming 1 million would have come across the country in private sector
Right.
with all these incentives which have been added up. Let's see at that point in time. To housing as a rule takes time to come up. See, I remember the same question 1 year ago, nothing is happening, how it will achieve. Today, 37 lakhs have been sanctioned. So, which means state governments are well on its way to bring this up. So, housing, it needs some inflection point. It needs some time because land and permissions take time. Once that comes in, I definitely see it as an achievable target. My second point is, let's say we stop at the 85th percentile or 90th percentile in 2022. What is wrong? I am only saying instead of 1 crore, 90 lakh people got their houses, which is a fantastic thing.
Yeah, yeah. So the NPAs that are coming with the banks, and today we have an auction platform with Magicbricks, and we find that many banks are coming forward to use the auction platform to sell off their residential assets. These assets come from the retail lending, or is it the developer who
I
is
do not. I haven't seen that. I have to get the data to see it to give you a concrete answer. But so far, as I see, the retail has not shown any great change in their NPA run rates.
It is
so far.
It is largely from the industry.
I would no comments on it. I would only comment on the HFC data, the home loan data which I see.
Right.
So where it's coming from is left to you, because I haven't seen that, so I cannot comment on that.
Right. So when we talk about the next, we are coming to the end of this financial year. In the next, say, 6-8 months, is the affordable housing building or lending going into the smaller towns, the smaller cities?
I think it's already going into the smaller towns, because one of the challenges which many of the housing finance companies and banks say is how to sort of fund the low-cost builder at a smaller towns, right? So to that extent, they are looking at it. So which means the builders have gone into smaller towns. With the development of infrastructure, be it buses, be it metros, be it trains running, the commute has become a little more easy. So which means the peripheral areas of the city is getting momentum, which is ideal places to put in 300 and 600 square feet houses. Right? And of cities like Bombay, people are used to relatively longer time of commute to get these things done. 3, if you also look at this budget, the biggest thing is the skill development. With all this investment on skill development coming in, it is going to supply hordes of skilled laborers and masons and carpenters and electricians into the vicinity. And once that comes in, the affordable housing builders are going to use this labor because A, they will know the local things, B, they would be much easier to use than importing labor from elsewhere, and 3, because you are using local labor and skilled labor at that, it will create the economy of that area to go up and the cash keeps circulating. So it has wider implications and wider benefits than just seeing it as a skill development. I see it as a great benefit for the affordable houses, coupled with infrastructure spending, coupled with smart cities, about 2.4 lakhs crores which has been allocated, and skill development centers. I see all this giving a boost to affordable houses in a big way, both in tier 2 as well as tier 3 and 4 cities.
So what about rental housing at the lower levels? Do you think that is a missing
link?
This
is work in progress. Definitely it's a much needed thing. If you see things abroad, everybody starts with the rental housing and slowly move towards it. But today also, it also has to be matched with, can you get back that house? Is your judicial process or the repossession process of that house easy? And the answer definitely is, we cannot say that it's that easy. So the last I know, the Ministry of Housing is working on some rationalization on the entire rental policy. Let's hope that comes out soon for this to be taken.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.